MCL-Designer's My First App series, Sending Data. This module is going to show you how to send a data file with captured data to an external MCL-Net host server. Visit our website to learn more about MCL-Net, an MCL product that enables communication between your devices and the host. Getting to this stage implies you've already created the necessary elements for data capture and have a file that stores that input. If you need help with these steps, check out the other modules of the My First App series. This module already includes an initial screen with a main menu, a screen for data input, a screen to display that data, a data file that stores the input, and a screen called Send Data, which is the element we're going to work on now. Let's get started. Double-click the Send Data screen in the tree view to open it. We need to add a button so the operator can return to the initial screen if he wants to. Since we want that button to look the same as the ones we already have in the other screens, we're going to do a copy-paste operation. Open the data collection screen by double-clicking it in the tree view. Place both screens side by side. Now click the back button in the data collection screen and do a Ctrl-C in your PC keyboard. Paste it onto the Send Data screen with a Ctrl-V. The button is pasted with the same layout, to the same position, and includes the same go-to-exit process leading to the initial screen. Close the data collection screen, we don't need it anymore. Now we need to add a button to send the data file with the captured data to the MCL-Net host server. In the Control tab, select the button icon, choose a style from the box below and drag it to the screen. Double-click the control to open its properties. We're going to replace the default text with Send File, and in the Go To field, we'll select Action, because we're going to add more processes to this control. Open the Actions tab. It's time to define the name of the file to be sent to the MCL-Net host server. We'll do this with a variable combine process, so in the Process tab, click the Variables icon to display the related processes below. Drag the variable combine process to the Actions tab and set up its properties. In line 1, write Inventory. To avoid repeated file names, we are also going to use the device's timestamp in the name, so click the icon in line 2, open the System tab, select a timestamp variable, and click OK to apply. We also have to define the file's extension, so in line 3, type DAT. All we need now is to define the variable that receives the complete file name. Click the icon in the last option, open the Program tab, create a variable named File Name, and click OK to apply. We're also done here, so click OK to close the variable combine window. Now we need a process to actually send the file. Instead of using the Process tab to add a process, let's try this. Select the empty line below the variable combine and click the Add Insert Process icon. Click Host Services, select the Send File to Host process, and click OK. We're keeping the default host, but if necessary, you can define a more appropriate one by setting the correct IP and port of the MCL-Net host where the file should be sent to. The file with the captured data is already selected. After all, it is the only one we have. Keep Data Reg. For the Remote File option, we have to retrieve the file name we created and stored in a variable. Open the variable list and select P File Name. Click OK to apply and close this window. Keep the default Overwrite option and check Delete after send to clear the data from the file after a successful communication and click OK. When dealing with the communication between the app and an external source, it is important to manage possible communication errors, so we're going to create a label to warn the operator about a communications error and refer it in the If Communication Error option. But before we can do that, we must ensure the end of the execution flow at this point if nothing goes wrong. So let's go to the Process tab, click the branch icon, get a Go-To process and drop it below the Send File to Host, and then select End of Action as target. Don't forget the OK to apply. At this point, we're ready to add a label with an error warning. Select the line below the Go-To process and then click the Set a Label icon. Name the label COM Error and click OK. Now we're going to add a message box. Go to the Process tab, select Display Controls and drag the message box below the label. In the message box properties, enter Error in the message title field, set the message type to Error, write Communication Error as a message text, and click OK to close this Properties window. Go back to the Send File to Host process, double-click it, and in the If Communication Error option, choose the label you just created. Don't forget the OK to apply. We're also done here, so click OK to close. Adjust the size of the Send File button with the addition points and click this button in the icon shortcut bar to center it in the screen. The project is complete and you can simulate it. Enter a barcode and a quantity. Check if the table is displaying it, and then send the resulting file to the MCL-Net host server. If all goes well, it will be sent here, where you can open it and see its data. Congratulations! You've reached the end of the My First App series. This means you've created all the elements that allow an operator to capture barcodes, input quantities, view his input, and send a file with that information to an external server. Don't forget to check out our other MCL modules.